Totally random.
Hello, I'm Franz, this is Andy.
Hello.
This is Totally Random, your periodic show about Concrete 5. We're here after not being here for a couple weeks.
It's true.
Wonderful August vacations.
That's right.
Camping, windsurfing, stuff.
Boating.
Boating?
Yeah, a little bit of boating.
Oh,
I've
nice.
done it
Oh, that's
in years.
right.
It's fun. Yeah.
That's good stuff. I hope you've all had fun as well.
Yes.
It's now September and rainy and time to get back to work.
Big time.
Let's see, what news has happened? Well,
We got it on paper.
got on paper 5621.
5621-659er.
Stable release. So
Yes.
562 came out, I don't know, mid-August.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then
like August 15th.
a couple weeks after that, 5621 emerged.
Yes.
And
Just put the icing on the cake.
looking good.
Yeah.
And
Stable as
all
a
the-
table.
Table's a table. Bought this for myself. And all the updaters are now
Yes.
updating.
Yeah. We have been in talks with the people who put together auto installers around the web, so hopefully those will be coming into places
See
like
little announcements
Softaculous.
emerging.
places
Yeah,
like that.
Simple Scripts, all those guys. So that's out. Nice, happy stuff. Yay. In more news, we released some code that we use for doing Varnish integration.
We open source some stuff.
We open source some stuff. It's nice. Varnish Cache, if you don't know, is a great kind of lightweight web server that sits in front of Apache or Nginx, whatever your favorite kind of robust application web server is, and makes cached, almost just flat HTML file versions of your website and serves them up for really high load type problems. It works very well. We've used it with clients with great success in the past. And we built some hooks into Concrete 5 and packaged them up that make your life a little bit easier if you're using Varnish.
Yeah.
What does it do? It lets you kind of...
Yeah, so in 561 we overhauled in the core, we overhauled our full page caching library to generally work better. But part of that was also making it a little bit more modular and make it able to talk to third-party systems, and one of those is Varnish. So this requires Concrete 5, 561 or later, and it when you install it on your site, you have to follow a little more technical instructions than a typical package, but these are all sort of delineated out in these installation notes, so you should be able to get it running. And it basically makes it so that all of the full page caching tools inside of Concrete 5, like being able to flush a cache from a page or clear your site's cache, etc., actually talk to your Varnish server and flush that stuff on the Varnish server. And moreover, you can start and stop Varnish from within a dashboard page in Concrete 5. And if you go to a couple extra links, which are also explained in the documentation, you can get some Varnish stats in your Concrete 5 dashboard. And there's also some Concrete 5 configuration files in that repository too, because Varnish is only as useful as the configuration that you actually employ with it. And if you're not careful, you might set up Varnish and it never will be used because you haven't tuned Concrete 5, tuned the configuration of Varnish appropriately. So we give you a head start with some config files in there as well.
So Concrete 5 is free. Varnish Cache is free.
Yeah.
Both of them work very well. Now this code to make them work well together is free too, and we encourage you to go play with it. If you're running the type of site that has these needs and works at this scale, we'd love to hear from you, and if you want some help configuring this, you could pay us to do that. That'd be nice. In more news, Takuru wins awesome certification thing. We have that picture up there. It's right on Twitter this morning. Yeah, look at that. Got the... I think we did a deal, like if you did them all like in a certain timeline, the first people who got them, we would actually sign these certificates and send them out, and pretty exciting.
Wow.
Very pleased.
Awesome.
So congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you. Great picture. Glad to see you're doing it.
Yeah, that's great.
If you're interested in certification, that's great. You should be, and you can get certified on concrete5.org. Just go somewhere. Where do we link to that stuff? Matt?
Our site is like a big city now.
It is.
You
It's
can
like-
take a left at the, I don't know.
Head down the developer block. There it is under community. Under community is a certification link that Matt's showing you how to click on, and it takes you to a page that explains it all. Very different than your traditional certification. These are very lightweight test. You can take any one of these inside of 20-30 minutes, and
Yeah, they're meant to be affordable, kind of targeted and specific.
Very granular bits of information that you were saying. Look, I know a lot about theme development, and you can just answer these multiple choice tests, and you get like an awesome badge, and it's good stuff. So you should do that, and you'll have fun. And
You will have fun.
and you'll have some sweet credibility, and
You get badges.
Yeah, you get badges. We'll make like
We'll make
15
it
bucks.
obvious that
So
you are an expert.
soon retire on that. And yeah, that's nice. Do we have other news?
Not to my knowledge.
I think that's about all I know. In its entirety. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Good.
Let's move on to Karma.
And now, for the weekly winners, come on down.
All right, we have a long time ago put a bunch of effort into gamifying the experience of working on an open source project. So if you are helping people in our community, you get points for answering threads. If you're promoting the project, there's a refer URL you can use for your blogs. And if you're actually doing work and submitting pull requests and stuff, we can grant you points a la carte by hand, which I know Mike does. And then every week we run the Karma machine to see how those points have added up, and people win free add-on and theme licenses. So with that background, Matt, who are our lucky winners this week?
This time around, we've got Kiosty winning a copy of the Photo Swipe add-on for helping out in the forums.
All right.
Cool.
Sinlag got a copy of the Whale Galleria add-on for promoting concrete5.
Cool.
And John the Fish got a copy of the Best Suite Core add-on for doing work.
All right.
Nice work
Sweet.
to be done.
Core. That's great. Do we have
Nice.
pictures?
We do.
Ooh.
These days we have that intro too.
Oh, let's watch the intro first.
I want some stickers.
Sweet. Burner. How do you say that?
I'm not totally sure, but this is inside some surfer rack
All
here.
right.
It's like a motherboard running on a shelf with some hard drives in it.
Nice.
Sweet. Why bother with fans when you can just open air it?
That's right.
That's right. John the Fish
Oh, wow.
turned into some
Chickens.
chickens. Sweet. Sure that sticker will last.
Yeah, they love it.
And this last one comes from Scrivener, and this is a Concrete5 sticker on a business that now has a Concrete5 website.
Now that's
Oh,
pretty awesome.
that is-
I like the way you're swinging that. Scrivener. I don't know what I'm saying. That is cool.
That is cool.
It's like a Yelp sticker there on there. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for your great promotion work and everyone who's contributing and winning Karma points. Or even if you're not, just out there enjoying Concrete5, we like that too. If you like stickers, that makes sense. I don't understand
Yeah.
why you wouldn't. If you'd like
You're
human, right?
Come on.
If you'd like for us to send you some stickers, we will happily do so. All you need to do is go to our marketplace page there. There's a swag page at the bottom. And at the bottom of this page, you can skip by the awesome t-shirts and the cool screwdrivers and bamboo USB keys and just stick your mailing address in this form. Fill your mailing address has a name, some type of number, street, province, city, state, something. It's a thing that we put in the mail for the love of all things. You cannot send a sticker to Joe. So you put your address in here and we'll stick 5 stickers in an envelope and send it off to you. And you can stick them on things, take pictures, and we'll give you Karma points and, do great. So that's how that works. And we like it. Is it time for the Great Choice with Greg Joyce PRB explosion?
I think
Must
so.
be.
Let's do it.
Introducing Great Choice by Greg Joyce.
Hi Greg, how you doing today?
Doing pretty awesome, yeah.
Sweet, what kind of choice are you facing?
Well, this wasn't, as usual. This is once again not really so. Well, I guess everything you do is a choice.
This is really deep, man. This is really deep.
So I made beer on Labor Day.
Oh.
That's a good choice.
Great choice.
Awesome. And I made it with some nice
Green caterpillars.
hops out of the backyard.
Oh, beautiful hops.
Yeah.
You grew this with your own hands.
No, I just looked at it and put the city's water on it.
Sweet. That's great.
I picked them with my own hands.
Nice.
All right.
The love is there, and that's an important component.
Little
of-
lovely
Actually,
pine
I
cones.
just stare at it with contempt. The whole time.
These are angry hops.
negative
This beer will
enforcement.
angry
Negative
up the blood.
Yeah, I've heard that plants like to be talked to. It turns out it doesn't matter what you say. Grow, you little bastards. All right, Greg. What other great choices have you made as of late?
Yeah. We approved some add-ons and themes. This is Magic Data Commerce from John the Fish. And it lets you use his kind of short tag metaprogramming system there to add e-commerce data to any place that has a magic data template for that particular block, and he included some product and product list blocks so you can use magic data in your core commerce product descriptions if you would like.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And next up is social sharing from Accode. And
Alright.
I think he just recently joined the PRB.
Cool.
This is a different approach to most social sharing blocks. Rather than getting a suite of sharing icons, when you add the block, it is meant to be added into a stack. And then so you build, so each icon is its own block, and you have to create a social sharing stack for it to really
Use them
work
as one.
appropriately.
Sure.
Yeah. And you can choose your own icons.
Nice.
This is as Simple Accordion from Stefan Malloy.
Nice.
And this is like an accordion content kind of a thing.
Expandy, collapsey kind of deal.
Right, exactly. And
Mhm.
it lets you pick titles and arrangement, and then each one gets its own little WYSIWYG editor
Yeah.
for the thing. It's pretty nice.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's
I
always
like
been a
his,
challenge.
It
I like
is.
the screenshots
It's
for
nice
his
having a
marketplace
simple one.
stuff because it, it's got some more jazziness to it than typical.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
probably-
that arrow, I'll tell you that much. That's a good looking arrow.
Well, and those things are hard to. You have to see an accordion block in action, probably. Before screenshots will only go so far. It's cool.
This is this advanced survey from JB1, and it is an advanced survey system. It lets you build out a survey form as you would expect it to look, and gives you the added option of scoring each question.
Wow.
And as I recall, you can like accept payment through this thing too as well.
Oh, weird.
So
Lots of options are available, I believe.
yes,
I've heard it said.
That's what I've said.
might have even seen it in writing.
I might have.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not going to go that far, but
So
I
you can
might.
do
have.
payment through there. That's kind of crazy.
Wow.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess you could use that for like a services thing or something.
Huh. That's
Yeah. Next up is Tweet Download from Radiant Web. And this is a thing that prompts your users to tweet about your website before prompting them with a download link, before giving the download link to them.
That's cool.
cool. I see. So I've got some white paper I want to give
Yeah,
away, but
I
you've got to
Right.
promote me before you can read it.
I could see
Secrets
this
of
being.
SEO.
People are
I
like
could
that.
see this being fairly popular.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In a certain
5
style.
top strategies A-rated managers.
Sweet.
Okay. Next up is Organis Responsive from the C5 theme team.
Nice.
And it's a responsive theme in green and white and gray there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Nothing too exotic.
Looks pretty though.
Yeah.
And next up is another one from Radiant Web, and this is called Volunteer Scheduling.
Wow.
And
Good
it
job.
is a pretty elaborate add-on that adds a scheduling page to your users
Yeah.
area of
It's
the
added to the
dashboard,
profile.
where you can
Ooh.
set up you can set up schedules for your users, and then also like groups that represent that responsibility of scheduling, and so it'll like send them reminders when they're supposed to do something, and then they're allowed to cancel ahead of time, or get that alert when when it's time to go do that thing, and it can be like weekly, I think, or monthly. I'm not sure the granularity of the scheduling, but yeah.
Cool. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And this is PIN payments from Masuva. It's a payment gateway from Australia for e-commerce.
Cool.
Yep. Next up is Instant CSS from Forest Mist, and this is the sibling to his Instant JavaScript that lets you, just put some arbitrary CSS on a page. What's wrong with that?
Nice.
All right.
And just this is not to like actually employ that CSS on the page. It's to like show it as code.
No.
Or is it to actually?
It'll let you add
Okay.
CSS
Okay.
onto your page. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, do we have any pictures of
Nice.
Forest Mist when he was here visiting us?
Oh no.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
can come to visit.
We did.
Yeah,
We had a visit
we
with
should-
Forest Mist. It was
We
fun.
gotta have a Forest Mist feature.
We ate soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And
I'll look
next
for it.
up is Theme Fictional from Roni the Developer. And this is a responsive theme, some colorfulness to it.
Nice. Oh, excuse me.
Looks pretty good. Next up is Long Way Home from Yordif. And this is, or it could be Jordif, but I think it's Yordif. But anyhow, this is a kind of fun black and white theme.
It is fun. Graph
Yeah,
papery
I can see this
vibe.
being a good, Searchlight Pictures, quirky movie sort of theme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next up is One Scroll from JB1, and this is one of those kind of all your content sections in one page kind of themes. It has kind of a unique setup to get it going, as I recall. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's, pink. You can do a backstretch background on there and stuff.
Rolling with the backgrounded.
Yep. And next up is Eclipse from Talakman. And I don't know, this might so fun for all the glitty vampire.
I was just gonna
Yeah, I was
say, I
gonna
see
say
a lawsuit
that.
from Twilight
Yeah,
coming
just a
down.
The tweens that love them. Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty good. And this is
That's about how I feel.
the flat pie chart from Sebastian J. Yeah.
Pretty good.
This is
Friday.
probably my favorite marketplace screenshot.
It could be. I know it could be referring to
Solid
darn
C.
near anything.
If the graph was just like slightly off of 75%, would like qualify as like postmodern art.
Yeah, right. Like when
I
you-
want
It's actually
a
like
10-foot
68.
version of this
Yeah.
hanging up somewhere.
well, you gotta have a wedge to grow, man. You don't want to.
Right.
All right.
That's
Well,
attractive.
what actually?
Is that like-
I'll just decide. What is this?
Oh, it's a.
Oh.
It is a block that will let you input like a number and then a label, and it'll display, data. So, you could have 3 of these kind of in a stack, or
That was a little graph maker.
Yeah, but
Oh,
like
nice.
assume
Yeah.
in just this style, basically.
Well, no, actually, it's pretty good in its ability to let you kind of add little widgets to the sides and
Oh,
change
cool.
the width of things.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I think we
it's
approved
attractive.
this one a while ago, so.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, it's worth checking out.
Graphs are cool. People love them.
And
They
that's
do.
it.
Sweet.
That's a good haul.
That's some good choices, Greg Joyce. Thank you.
Pile. Evan Cooper made a lot of these choices.
Oh well, yeah. Great.
Themes.
Good job,
Thanks,
Coops.
Evan. Coop.
Excellent. Excellent. That's the PRB.
That is.
You know me. Shall we showcase?
Let's showcase.
Okay. All right. skipping the intro today, going directly to the showcase. Call McVoy. Big old agency in the Midwest there. Been around since ever. And
Cool.
yeah, well, I think it's one of like the best places to work in town.
Oh,
hundreds
awesome.
of employees. Serious agency that modernizes iconic brands.
Nice.
Yeah, no, this is a pretty looking site.
Yeah,
Things throb when you scroll, and you can, if you click those little labels, they'll do a little filtery stuff. Like if you click one of them, the labels right there, boom. Oh yeah, those guys are advertising. Boom, those guys are
nice.
broadcasting film. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that's
Boom.
nice. Some CSS transitions.
Right, yeah, woo,
Very
yeah.
attractive.
And then you got this
Oh,
weird.
yeah,
Oh, is this
the
even a
custom
Flash
loader.
site? I don't even know. But no, it's not. It's a concrete5 site. But there are a lot of kind of ejecty page load kind of things
Oh, yeah.
happening here.
That's great.
And yeah, it's really pretty.
It's that little teeth thing. That's the tweets. How to tweet this page.
Gotta
or
tweet it,
something
yo.
along those
Gotta do
lines.
this. Whoa.
It's just the ability to go to top. T
Top
for top.
T for top.
Nice.
That's nice. It's great. It's a good
Yeah,
looking
that's
site.
great.
They should be. I mean, I'm sure they are proud of it. But you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Done many
yeah,
things, but
really
it's nice
cool.
to see this kind of thing built with concrete5. Because
Absolutely.
while building sites like this is difficult, and there's always going to be an element of, well, this is a one-off beast. You know, when your things are scrolling around like this
Yeah.
and clicking and sliding, and you know, you're always designing this stuff. Maybe not quite as storyboardy as you would a commercial, but it's pretty well thought out from the get-go. This is definitely not one of those like, whoa, we'll build it and add stuff to it as it comes to us.
Oh wow.
And so look at that. So you know, you're always
very
kind of
fun.
you've got that nice window to kind of architect whatever solution that you want. But you know, it's really weird when you're building all this on top of a blog engine, because it's just they're not blog posts. I mean,
No.
they're pages that interact with other pages in weird ways, and
They interrelate and
yeah, it's nice to see people using and thinking of Concrete as the great content management system that it is to use as a framework to build these complicated apps.
I like how every page is. I mean, they're definitely, you know, they employ the same kind of aesthetic, but they all have their own sort of unique. The colors of each page kind of match the entry that it's promoting. There's different. The typography does too.
It kind
It's
of
great.
comes up.
I also really like the trend in web design these days, where as you're scrolling down the page, like stuff doesn't just appear in the viewport. It kind of like fades in slightly,
up a little,
or
yeah.
like it's,
Yeah,
that's pretty
a little
fun.
more for you. I think
Yeah.
that's an arrow up. I don't think that's a T.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
You
Makes
are
so
right.
much more sense
Yeah,
now,
it
doesn't
does.
it? Yeah.
It does.
All right.
The eyes.
Ah,
they
well, it is
go.
what it is. Yeah, look, they got the walking desks.
They-
Or no, that's just an exercise machine. You gotta turn that into a walking desk, and you guys can write emails on the fly.
toss the slam ball at each other.
Nice. Good stuff. Good looking site.
Yeah.
Certainly something that we should all be looking at in terms of great design sensibility and nice choice of platform. Thank you. What else do I know? That's all I know. We
Yeah.
have nothing to talk about in Git because we've just been getting to it.
Yeah.
We have nothing that we have prepared, to talk about in how would we do it. So we will happily take your questions if you have them.
That forum thread that we were passing around, I have not had a chance to go
Yeah,
over.
I just started this morning. I'm sure that there'll be some wisdom will mature out of it.
Yeah.
Do we have questions?
Let's run the intro first. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well,
Easy.
No.
Hold your horses, go.
run the intro.
How would we do that? Good sir.
Deepest apologies, Matt. I thought after the showcase situation that we were just skipping intros today. But now I see you're trying to be more thorough. All right. Questions.
Got one for Namboozle UK. Is there a feature to set an expiration sort of feature on a page? For example, set a date, and then when the date comes, the page will be hidden from page lists, etc. Essentially disabled.
There certainly is. If you turn on advanced permissions, which you can do by typing advanced permissions in intelligent search, you will get an extraordinarily powerful permissions model turned on, and you can create groups that you may want to limit those view periods to, or you could just say, look, In concrete5, we have guests, which is anyone that can visit your site, anyone's looking at it, whether they're logged in or not, and then registered users, which is anyone who's logged in to your site. So if you turn on advanced permissions, you can go in there and say, look, for the group guests, I do not want them to be able to view this page from this period to that period, or you can have starts and ends, you can have exclusions, you can do things like, well, guests can't, but awesome guests can, and put them into awesome guests. And as long as your navs are built the right way, they will honor that, and said page will disappear.
That's right. And once you turn that on, you can also do this from the block level even more easily than you can at the page level. At the page level, you have to go into permissions and you find the guest permission and for viewing the page, and then you turn on an end date for that particular permission, and that works. But there's actually a special menu option at the block level called Schedule Guest Access that will is essentially a shortcut to doing this. It just gives you the time range, and it only affects the guest view permission.
Yeah, it is.
So in the future,
we
we might extend that out to be at the page level, because I know we get this question.
No, it's definitely in 5.7 design thoughts. It is something that is built right into the publish button, even in simple permissions.
Yeah,
there's a little clock built into the button in our minds that says, I want to post this in the future, because it is a common problem.
But you can do it today.
Do it today, you just have to turn it on.
Yeah.
Great question. Boom.
We do have some
Home run on that
I
one. I
love
feel like
just
my
leading off
God.
with a home run.
Yeah, balls in space.
We do have some docs about advanced permissions, which are very good. If you go to the editor's guide under documentation.
Dude, Matt's jumping on this thing too. It's like just bludgeoning this question.
And scroll down.
We got docs, man. Give me your website. I'll turn it on for you.
Permissions and access, advanced permissions right here. There's some good stuff about how you might go through and set up permissions to maybe expire a block or a page.
Oh, there's advanced permissions. Holy moly. Time permissions? My goodness. Boom. And you put that in there. Boom.
Oh.
Wow. It's unbelievable. It is
a
unbelievable.
step-by-step example of how you might do that.
My heart's beating a little faster
I'm about ready to jump out the window. Man, any more questions? This is fantastic. This is the best I felt all morning. What else?
Let's see.
Nothing.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I kind of want to leave on a high note.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. All right. Well, it was brief, totally random, but well worth it. And we'll be back before long with more things to talk about, more songs to sing, more stuff to talk about. What is this? I feel like I'm quoting Sesame Street or something. Mr. Rogers. Anyway, it's been totally random.
Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time.